A live look at Hard Rock Stadium. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. It's the Indiana Hoosiers and the Miami Hurricanes. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Checking in with the Indiana head coach before the game, he told me they understand every ranked matchup becomes a measuring stick when you're carrying a top 10 ranking. They got off to a strong start last week, 1-0 on the season, but that doesn't matter. He said, we will be good if we execute each and every game. Keeps talking to the players in the locker room about the sky is the limit for this team, but it will take one game at a time, and he thinks this is the team that can do it. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. The Hoosiers ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. He'll start the return inside his 5. He gets a block. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. Here's Mensah to throw. On the run, fires downfield. He's got him. And he's brought down after a nice gain. It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Hits inside, it's Brown. Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are. We'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Canes getting set on 1st and 10. Throwing, Mensah. Caught over the middle. It's Lofton. And he's tackled, brought down at the 19. They're into the red zone with another 1st down.
I know he's got the height and the weight of a tight end, but, man, the way he runs routes and how good he is with the ball in his hands, it just reminds you of a wide receiver. He's so athletic. This is a guy that has a basketball background in high school, and you see it pan out. Every time he has the football, he just looks like the best athlete on the field. For a big guy, very, very unique.
Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. He got a hand on it and deflected it, but probably just got a bruise off that missile and gave up the completion.
Yeah, not used to handling the revolutions on that football. QB zipped it in there. Nice job getting the deflection, getting your hand up.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Hurricane. Getting ready for the extra point after the 1st score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. Deep in the end zone, it's Daniel. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Back to pass, it's Berger. Looking left. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over from the moment the ball left his hand.
2nd and long here. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Left side, it's Pritchard. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with a 1st down.
Running backs are wide receivers. They do such a great job nowadays out of the backfield. All you got to do, dump it to him. Get it to him quick, and he'll make the rest happen with his running back skills. But they do so much work with wide receivers in practice that they basically have become wide receivers.
And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this 1st drive.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Back to pass, and he'll have to push it downfield. The short hands, it's shot. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
There he goes. He's at the 50. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback. And too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
And the Hoosiers are rolling down the field. Drops back. It's Berger. That one's not even close. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Chandler. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their 1st drive of the game is working to prepare.
He makes a grab. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
That is such a nice example of a quarterback and his tight end being on the same page. A little bit of a scramble drill right there where the quarterback had to get flushed out of the pocket, but his tight end was able to lock up with him and was able to mirror him, find an open area downfield. Quarterback makes a nice throw, you make the nice catch, and just like that, offense in the red zone.
On 1st and goal, they have a chance to answer with a score of their own. On the move. He cannot get it in. A mere inches away from pay dirt. The Hoosiers want to crank the tempo. Quarterback will keep it. Trying to find the end zone, and he's not going to make it as his defense is making it tough.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on. Bottling him up, that's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really.
And he's in. Touchdown, Indiana. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. On the run from inside his own 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Listen, sometimes these quarterbacks, they get locked in on who they want to throw to. I didn't think he was open there. Nice job by the defender, breaking on the football, batting the ball down, making sure that receiver can't make a play.
Second down to the air. With the catch, it's Brown. Out across the 20, they'll mark him out of bounds right at the 21-yard line.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on third down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position and making plays, and that's exactly what he did. The right spot, breaking on the football, being physical, setting the tone in this football game.
They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Moves the pocket. It's Berger. Back's got it on the screen. Could not make his way to the corner.
That's a really nice job by the cornerback playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball. And this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Snap in the shotgun. Got it in the middle. It's shot. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Fresh set of downs going up top. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Out wide left, it's shot. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. And the Hoosiers have it with a 1st and 10. gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But
it's complete. They will score. Touchdown, Hoosiers. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Oh, big fella almost had a pick right there. Instead, it falls incomplete.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Mensa. Got his man. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Drops back on 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Here's Mensa to throw. Right side, it's Lofton. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football.
Offense staying on the field there and hurry up, looking as if they'll go on 4th. Needs it here on 4th down. Fires to the wideout. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Mensa. Oh, pressure's coming. He gets away. It's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. And he had an opportunity there to make something out of nothing, but things just got sideways and the ball came free.
I just like the effort on defense, okay? They couldn't get to the quarterback initially in the pocket. He starts scrambling, and they don't quit. You saw all of the effort of everybody pursuing the QB, catching up to him, and then creating the fumble. Awesome job.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Hoosiers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Fake to the back, wants to throw it. Hit as he throws. Got it in the middle, it's Marsh. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Running inside. It's Richard. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Berger. Left side is Richard. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They decide against trying the 52-yard field goal. Instead, the offense trying to convert a 4th and short. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Throws to the wideout. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted the 4th down to keep the drive going.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one and to keep the drive alive.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. So Miami signals for a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Smashes it between the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. On the move. Showing the bravado, throwing it back to the right. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Look out! Gets rid of it.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And they'll fight for the ball, and the defense wins it with a pick. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Back to throw, it's Berger. Fires left. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. And he gets it away.
Well, he's been Mr. Dependable early in this game. First 5 attempts, all complete. Finally, the defense able to force an incompletion when they throw his way. This guy's route running his hands. It's a matchup problem, but the defense finally has something good happen.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unloads in the nick of time.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Mensah. Extending the play. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
Gets it out past the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a 1st down as this offense tries to put together a long drive. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Fellas, welcome in to our EA Sports studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. We begin with Georgia taking on the number 6 team, the Auburn Tigers. And it's Georgia with a gritty victory away from home. This team prepared well all week, and they'll enjoy the fruits of their labor. This will push them to 2-0 on the season. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside Mac.
The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. He'll start this 3rd quarter with a run. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. To the air, it's Berger. Quickly to the tight end. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
Turns up, it's Richard. Tried to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went gang tackle.
And the Hoosiers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Takes the easy completion. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
Offense trying to go pitch and trying to get to the outside, but how about the speed on defense, scraping down the line of scrimmage, rallying to the football and creating a negative play.
Wants to go up top on second down. Finds his man. It's Marsh. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Out wide left, it's Marsh. And he got it oh so close to that first down marker, but they still have a little work to do. It'll be fourth down.
Really nice individual effort that time by the wide receiver. He was trying to get the first down. There was no way he was going out of bounds there on third, fighting for every inch he could get. Didn't quite get there. Now you've got a big decision if you're the head coach. You're going to stay on the field and try to go for this thing.
On 4th and inches, maybe rethink things just for a moment. They call a timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. Looking for the marker. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off.
And in these situations, you're never looked at poorly, right? You can go for these situations because it's a really long field goal, so it's not a guaranteed make, or I can be aggressive offensively, and I like the choice. Be aggressive, get the first down. Nice job by the offense.
Looking for the edge. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Just not willing to take the hit. He delivers it and gets to the 27.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Ball's at the 27. It's third and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
And man, this home crowd has grown frustrated with what they've seen from this offense. I mean, they just haven't put drives together. They haven't been explosive. And another incompletion, and the clock is ticking. It's running down. They've got to find a way to create some big plays, to create some momentum, and get these guys on their feet yelling.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the third.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Here's Mensa to throw. Got his man in the middle.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
The Canes will line it up on 1st and 10. Here comes the Heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
He wants to throw it again. He's going for it all. Got it down the field. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Fresh setter downs going to the air. In traffic, it's Pringle. And the Canes are in the hurry up. Throwing, Mensa. Flush to the left. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
It's so nice to be an offense on 2nd down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run and try to get the 1st down, take a deep shot down the field. I can run the football. The whole playbook is open to my disposal.
Turns it upfield. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Straight ahead, it's Pringle. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Miami.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. And a special teams miscue as the kickoff goes out of bounds. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Takes the handoff. It's Martin. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Well, we're not quite in the 4th quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Incomplete. They fought for it, but it just squirted harmlessly to the ground.
And sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep. Good coverage.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Looking to pass. It's Berger. He's got the back in the middle. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Caught behind the line. It's Richard. Turning it on. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield, or if he lines up at wide receiver, this dude can get open, and he can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
We reach the end of the period. It's Indiana on top. And now let's take a look at the stats in what has been a nip-and-tuck affair. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. He'll take it himself. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down.
And you see this so much in college football, man. Now, short yard situations, you give it to your QB, you get the extra blocker, and it's just really hard to stop, man, because he still is a thrower, and there's still that threat. But nice job being physical on the line of scrimmage by this offense.
They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double-team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and rallying to the football.
2nd and long here. Back to throw, it's Berger. Looking to the big tight end. Touchdown, Indiana! And they take